Hi folks, More Griffin or Jen here today, and I want to show you the Liquinator from vaporessence.com. It is a tank mod, but it is a tank mod that uses a standard Bose cartomizer on the inside, which, and I have it on a Alt Smoke BB with the pass-through. So it's running at about 4 volts, a little less than that, well actually almost 5 off the wall, a little less under load. On an LR cartomizer. Works pretty darn good. Let's take a look at the details. So let's take a look at the guts of the Liquinator. It comes with the acrylic or poly tube. I know they started with acrylic and we're going to change it. It's cut not evenly, but precisely enough that it closes beautifully into the plastic caps. It comes with a cartomizer. You can buy extras or you can make your own that, you know, has a Dremel used to put slots, allowing liquid to flow into the cartomizer. It comes with 2 plastic caps with O-rings into which the cartomizer fits. And it's very easy to pull in and out. And you'll see that the slits in the cartomizer are cut to sit just above the bottom of where the liquid will sit in the tank so that it can flow easily into the cartomizer. Let's go ahead and put it together. To start with, we're going to put the drip tip that's included on the cartomizer. And the next step is to take the 2 ends and stick them in the tube. And they recommend putting a drop of your e-liquid or VG/PG, 1 drop onto the end and kind of swirl it around. And to do that on both sides, just to make those plastic caps easier to get in and out. So, 1 drop swirled around. Let's go ahead and stick our caps in. And as you can see, they go on pretty easily. Now the tank is assembled, and it's time to go ahead and push the cartomizer through. This has got to be the easiest tank that I've ever seen to replace the internal unit. It just slides in. Now, as you can see, you can slide it up and down a little bit. I suppose that if you were getting a cartridge that was too wet, you could push it down a little further onto the body and close off that venting just a little bit. It won't go all the way because the wider area of the drip tip actually stops it from being pushed out at the bottom, which is good because I think otherwise I'd slide the tank completely off. You know, I grim things all the time, so that's dangerous. Let's go ahead and fill it, and they recommend to fill it that you just pull the cartomizer into the tank a little bit so that you have some room on the top there, and then you just go ahead and fill up the tank. Put the bottle down, and then go ahead and push the cartomizer back up through that bottom cap so that it's flush. Now you may get a drop or 2 of liquid there just from, you know, when you were dripping it in, you got some on the bottom of the cartomizer, and you just wipe that off with a tissue. And that is a filled, ready to go Liquinator. And I think I am using a Bose LR cartomizer in there. Did meter at 1.5. And that is my mostly VG. Now the unit also comes with, you could order, I ordered for separate $3, some plastic. It's supposed to be like an orange cleared thing to put on the tank. It came as separate strips here, if I can pull it apart. You can see that it is a nice transparent coating, but the problem is I'm really bad at manual things and matching things up and lining things up, and this would have to be cut down to the size of the tank because it doesn't quite fit. I mean, it's a minor issue, and you certainly don't have to get them, but it would look really cool. So that's the Liquinator, and, you know, note to self, next time I get a unit, let's go see if the vendor has any instructions or videos out on it, because when I first started to put it together, I thought, oh my gosh, this is fail. This is an accident waiting to happen. I'm just going to slip that, you know, tank right off the cartomizer, and then the juice will be all over. It turns out that the drip tip, unless you really ram it so hard up that the drip tip comes out with it, the drip tip really stops the tank from going too far up, and the actual body of your mod at the end of the connector stops it from going too far down, leaving you just enough room to adjust over that hole, I guess, for the amount of juice that's going in. And it works really well. I don't know if it's going to replace all my map tanks and that, because I have so many of them, but it's certainly easier to refill. Great flavor. I haven't had any wicking problems with it. You know, I don't have to flip it upside down like I do with the CE2 tank mods. And because it doesn't, you know, have that open area on the top where things are getting down into the stem to come out the bottom, I can keep it laying on its side, which for me is a huge bonus. I'm running out of tube mods to hold my tanks all standing up this way. So that's pretty good. And it is, of all the tank mods that I have used, the easiest to change the guts out. When this cartomizer goes out, it's so easy to just slide another one right in there. So I know some other people are starting to make these cartomizer tanks, including for the G4, so this one's pretty good so far.